Welcome back my channel. Today video. The heart of American coinage lies a coin from 1983 that many collectors dream of owning, the 1983 Liberty Quarter Dollar. Often overlooked due to its modernity, this coin has a fascinating backstory that intertwines economic hardship, minting anomalies, and collector intrigue. Let's take a deep journey into the history, production, features, and collectible value of this remarkable coin. The early 1980s was a turbulent time for the U.S. economy. Coming out of a recession, inflation and unemployment were high, and interest rates soared. The U.S. Mint faced intense pressure to cut costs and increase efficiency. This affected coin production, particularly in the quality control and distribution process. 1983, coin production shifted significantly due to a coin shortage caused by economic instability and increased demand. The U.S. Mint suspended the production of mint sets in both years. This made uncirculated examples of coins from those years harder to find, including the 1983 quarter. By 1983, the U.S. Mint had fully adopted the copper-nickel clad composition for quarters, which had been introduced in 1965. The 1983 quarter is composed of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper, giving it a silvery appearance with a copper edge. The obverse front of the coin features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This design first appeared in 1932 and became a staple of the quarter for decades. Obverse inscriptions: Liberty, In God We Trust. Year 1983. The reverse showcases a bald eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows, with two olive branches beneath symbolizing strength and peace. Reverse inscriptions: United States of America, E pluribus unum, quarter dollar. Mint marks and locations. The 1983 Liberty Quarter was minted at two locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark. Notably, coins from the Philadelphia Mint are rarer in higher grades due to weak strikes and widespread circulation. As mentioned earlier, no official mint sets were produced in 1983. This has two major effects: fewer high-grade examples, since coins didn't enter collections directly from uncirculated mint sets. Most surviving quarters from 1983 show heavy circulation where collector demand. Collectors looking to complete year sets struggle to find pristine 1983 quarters, especially from Philadelphia. The 1983 quarter has garnered legendary status among numismatists. It is notorious for weak strikes, poor surface quality, and lack of high-grade specimens. High-grade 1983 quarters MS65 or better are exceedingly rare, and demand continues to grow among collectors of modern U.S. coinage. One of the most famous varieties of the 1983 quarter is the spitting eagle error, found on some Philadelphia minted coins. A die crack appears from the eagle's beak, resembling saliva or a spit stream. This die-break variety has become a collector favorite. The 1983 Liberty Quarter was minted during the presidency of Ronald Reagan, a time when economic policies commonly referred to as Reaganomics were reshaping the country. These included significant tax cuts, deregulation, and a focus on reducing inflation. These policies indirectly impacted the mint, as federal budget constraints often resulted in cost-cutting measures, including reduced spending on coin production quality. The early 1980s saw the U.S. Mint facing pressure to streamline operations. The lack of annual mint sets in 1982 and 1983 was a direct result of budget restrictions. Without these uncirculated sets, coin collectors had fewer opportunities to obtain pristine examples, which increased the long-term rarity of high-grade 1983 quarters. During the early 1980s, many collectors still focused primarily on older coins, such as pre-1965 silver issues or earlier types. This meant that modern clad coins, like the 1983 quarter, were widely ignored at the time. This neglect contributed to the circulation and wearing down of most 1983 quarters, making uncirculated pieces extremely rare today. While older coin errors were always popular, the 1980s introduced a new appreciation for modern era coins. This trend would gain momentum in later decades, but the groundwork was laid with coins like the 1983 Spitting Eagle Quarter. Collectors began closely examining their change for unusual varieties. In 1983, the mint often pushed dies beyond their intended lifespan to save costs. This resulted in many coins being struck with worn dies, producing coins with weak details, die cracks, and rough surfaces. These production conditions helped create some of the very features collectors now seek, such as the spitting eagle, because 1983 was a year of full economic recovery. Quarters were heavily used in commerce. They passed through countless hands, vending machines, and registers. As a result, most quarters from that year exhibit significant wear, making mint state examples highly desirable and difficult to locate. The Federal Reserve was involved in the distribution and storage of coins, including the 1983 quarter. Banks and armored car services received new coins directly from the Fed. However, due to high turnover and usage, few 1983 quarters were stored or preserved, particularly outside of circulation. The 1983 quarter came from the Philadelphia Mint, the first mint established in the United States 1792. Though proud of its long heritage, by the 1980s, the Philadelphia Mint was focused on quantity over quality, which explains the generally poor strike quality of its 1983 quarters. Yet that very flaw is what makes mint state examples today so valuable. The 1983 quarter is a product of changes enacted decades earlier in the Coinage Act of 1965, which eliminated silver from circulating coins. By 1983, the clad composition was well established. However, some collectors. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the Coins World.